going. Hi, Provoke. Hi, Nickum.
Hello?
Oh, this is not good.
Looking for this? Surprise. Fragile warped me here. I finally got to visit the beach. Well, her beach. Don't worry. I didn't come all this way for the sightseeing. Your beloved BB has a serious issue. You may recall me explaining that these incubators connect BBs via the chiral network to their still mothers back at HQ. Bridge babies are quite literally bridges between this world and the other side. Their place is not here with us, nor with the BTs over there. They belong precisely in between, with no greater affinity for one world or the other. But BB-28 here has been leaning further and further towards the world of the living. Towards you, Sam.
It's because we're partners.
Partners? Sam, BB's a tool, not a human being. Bridge, yes. Baby, no.
So tell me what the problem is.
This tool, this weapon, is transforming into a living being. It's gaining weight. Its brain activity is increasing. It's accumulating memories. BB-28 is becoming self-aware, becoming an actual child.
Doesn't sound like a problem to me.
It's hardware, Sam. Manufactured for a purpose. A purpose that cannot fulfill outside the pod. There is a 70% risk of catastrophic failure simply in removing it. Which hardly matters because at this point, it'll cease functioning within a couple of days.
Cease functioning?
That's right. Not even the pod will be enough. It'll be bricked.
What do we do?
We reset it. You'll have to leave it with me, of course. I'll cut the cord that links the two of you and then perform an operation that reconnects it to the other side. Think of it as a little tug to correct its alignment. To put it back where it belongs, right between the world of the living and the dead. But like I said, you'll have to be without it for a while.
You're sure this'll work?
Of course. One catch, though. The surgery may erase its memories.
Erase? You'll forget me?
Relax. The BB will still function as intended. You just have to trust me. Come on. I'm telling you, it's like a game. Just let me try and start again.
He doesn't like it. Okay.
And this is why I hate these things. Sam. I was already filthy from my trip through the beach. And now your BB has added insult to injury.
Okay. Okay, so how am I doing? I'm doing pretty good. I made a video today, but the upload speed for some reason on my laptop is really bad, so it's gonna take a while. But yeah, when it comes to this game, I don't know, I think like we could let this BB become a human. They say like they live up to like about a year, so you know, at least they can live with us. Who knows? About Ubis, one person asked like what's my like top 5 techniques to getting out, so I thought I'll share it. It's funny. Last video I've made before this one was about like succubus, incubus, sex dream and stuff. But where like they say like sex sells. Like now most of my searches on YouTube has the sex. Like I'm like, great. So whatever. Hi, Blood Raven. Wait, did he take a shower or?
No one can spy on us in here. It's just you and me. No audio records of what we say. No video for lip reading analysis. Get closer. Die Hardman cannot know of this. Understood? I've been doing some digging into the first BB experiments. Officially, they were suspended by the government following a void out which claimed the life of the then acting president. Documents were shredded. BB technology banned, yes? But obviously, the experiments continued in secret, on the direct orders of President Strand.
Bridget?
The BBs were essential to solving the mystery of the Death Stranding. Oh, she had big plans for them. They weren't designed just to be BT detectors. She wanted to incorporate them into the chiral network to facilitate travel to the beach. But none of her plans ever came to fruition. And now BB Tech has fallen into terrorist hands.
What's Die Hardman's part in this?
I'm afraid to find out. I don't know how long he was working for Strand. I don't even know his real name or his face. I thought you might, since you two go further back.
He was already wearing the mask when I met him. Something about burning his face.
Right. Sorry. Any data we have from back then is classified at the highest level. As far as I know, the director is the only one with clearance. But the chiral network presents a new opportunity. By compiling fragmented data in the public domain from all across the country, I might be able to piece together a little more of the puzzle. Be careful, Sam. They're watching.
That's a good self-disclosure.
Well, Sam, you're a good sport. I'll give you that.
Hello, Dado.
Still, it's a fine way to get out of doing the laundry.
Just fix BB, alright?
Oh no, you'll be doing the fixing. I'd never manage without your help. Check the delivery terminal upstairs for the details. When you're ready, of course.
Poor thing. Okay. Yeah, Monster Energy gives you energy, huh? Nah, it just gets you addicted. Pretty much. It's one of those drugs, a good subliminal message. I wonder if like Kojima had a deal with them and it's a pretty good ad and like sort of financial support, or he just like has a deal with them himself. Still not recommended. Never drank it and probably never will.
Verifying ID. Clear.
That man tells me your BB isn't performing to spec.
Hey there, Mario. Just
We'll
playing
have
the
to put
game.
your primary mission on hold until we restore its functionality. It's our only Dooms compatible unit. You're gonna have to deal with more BTs as you head further west. Case in point, Amelie's informed us of a tar belt outside of Edgenot City. A massive region crawling with BTs that Higgs supposedly summoned. And as much as we want you to get her out as soon as possible, you'll have a snowball's chance in hell without your BB. So your first priority is to help Deadman restore it to working order. And since he's on site, maybe the two of you can discuss it in person.
Sam, I'm a little busy at the moment, so I hope you don't mind if we stick to Holland. First, I need you to link up a few preppers in the area so we can increase local chiral density. That's to bolster the connection between BB-28 and its still mother. Then, as I explained earlier, we need to correct your BB's alignment. To facilitate that process, we need to quite literally put some distance between the two. Keep it here while we send you out. If everything goes to plan, your BB should resume normal function.
That's good.
Fortunately, this plan advances our other objectives. We want to integrate this region into the chiral network anyway. So build relationships with the preppers by making deliveries and convince them to come on board. It's not easy to make a home for yourself in those mountains. Even so, plenty of people had a mind to try. You'll find shelters scattered throughout. We've got a whole list of orders from them waiting to be processed. Remember, though, that you're dealing with folks who chose to live out there. Folks who probably value their privacy. Don't think for a second it'll be easy to win them over. You'll have to earn their trust, bit by bit, job by job. Another thing, Sam. You'll be making runs without a BB for a spell. That will vastly diminish your ability to detect BTs. So keep your eyes and ears open for anything out of the ordinary. And stay the hell out of the rain if you can help it.
Alright. We'll take the closer one first and go from there. Okay, back to questions. There's climbing anchor. Goods. Looking good. Okay. You had a dream where you developed a casual and slow-paced mutual romantic attraction with someone. There was no sex, that was succubus versus... Let's take this. I think it's like I doubt it is succubus, though it depends on how you feel when you wake up and how like your laugh changes, if you notice any changes. Because it's okay to dream or be out of body and like find someone and just like have a romantic relationship. Like if it doesn't harm you in any way, that's good. You know, like enjoy that experience. Can you give the baby monster? No, no, they don't drink that.
Sam, you read me?
Lochna?
Uh-huh. Calling you via Bridges dedicated line. I've been asked to carry on in my sister's place and provide you with support. We're whole again. One. Forever and always. We still speak, so I shouldn't have any trouble getting up to speed.
You back with Bridges then?
It's not about that. Never was. It's about what she wants. What we want. And why shouldn't we help you? You helped us. We're all connected now.
Alright. Okay, do you like this boring trash game? Blah blah blah, broken gameplay and stuff. Yes, to be honest, I like it. I like it quite a bit. I think, you know, everyone has different interests, different values in life. For me, in this game, I see a lot of self-disclosure messages. I see a lot of things that I can relate to in real life. Like getting out of body, self-disclosure messages on what's going on in the world and stuff. And to me it's pretty good. to me I like it. Like, I'm getting a lot out of this game, and I think in future I would love to cover it. I'm looking, trying this now, but if you like shooters, if you like, you know, mindless games where you just like go and act without thinking and stuff, yeah, this game is not for you. This game is totally not for everyone, and a lot of people will, like, you know, play games on what it's interesting for them. If you like Fortnite, if you like Apex Predator, or like Apex Legends, or some other games like, you know, Call of Duty and stuff, cool, good for you. Like, enjoy the shooting and that thing. For me, just going and killing everyone in my way is not fun. And in this game, I see a pretty good story. Gameplay is original for me, so I can't complain. I'm getting everything I wanted. But I can understand people not liking it. Like, it's still not for everyone. Oh, my video got uploaded. That's great. Good. Yeah, David, it's pretty good. Hello, Leonard. It's good to see you.
All weapons will be locked until departure.
Young Sam, when you wake up, realizing it was all a dream. It happens a lot. Like, realities out there are way better than here. So, sure.
The delivery? Oh, good. Excellent. Everything appears to be in perfect condition.
Yeah, the thing, Matthew, like, I cannot argue with you. Everyone has different opinions and things they like. If you like action and stuff, you know, great. Kojima created his own engine, which is like way different from most of the games, starting from zero, having only 3 years and stuff, little company, blah blah blah. I can tell like lots of things, but the thing is, I like this game. Nonetheless, I will like have a strong opinion about it, and like I like it. If others don't, oh, it's okay. It's up to them. You don't have to like this game. Of course I do. Well, like, MGS and Metal Gear Solid is pretty good. Of course, back then he was working with Konami. Konami is like a huge company compared to what Kojima alone has. So he cannot create something big. But give him time, you know, just give him time. Like, this is the first game he created after like separating from Konami. He's making connections, and this is what the whole game is about. Kojima is making this game because once he was separated from Konami, he had nothing except people he talked to, and he communicated with them, he made connections, and with the help of other people that he had connections with, friendships and stuff, he created this game. And this is what the whole game is about. Neat.
Your deliveries have saved lives. And, as you know, every life that's saved is one fewer BT to do with. Which in the long run means even more lives are saved. Please, don't give up. No matter how difficult it may become, I implore you.
I see you've put another shelter on the network. Nice job. Chiral levels are increasing as predicted, which is good. As for BB-28, you'll be pleased to hear the operation went well. There should be no need for additional major procedures. We're not out of the woods yet, but I think it's safe to say that the worst is behind us. All that remains is to continue expanding the network, monitor changes as chiral levels increase, and make adjustments as necessary. Drug therapy should suffice. Keep it up, Sam.
Good work.
Okay.
New order available.
Do you have more orders from here? Oh, we can bring it back. Okay, I'll get back to questions in a second.
Order assigned. Delivery parameters updated. Time limit set. Weapons restrictions lifted.
Lighting right here in my room is kind of affecting the gameplay. Making it darker, so it's harder to see a bit. Okay. Yeah. Why is it that when you are dreaming a really good dream, you wake up in the most interesting part of it? A lot of times, we are being monitored in our dream world, and what you see and what you experience out there, you know, there are beings who look at it, and they don't want you to see the best out of it, because people, when they have great dreams, you raise your vibration, you're feeling better, you have like more creativity. Am I going the right way? Oh, okay. Yeah, you have more creativity, you can do much more, and you wake up inspired, like feeling great. And there are beings who basically like, hey, you're enjoying it too much, you're doing much better than we want you to do. So they can literally send some energy, like mess up your dream, or just sort of cancel it out, and you wake up and so that's one of the possibilities. Another thing, it gets so intense, so interesting, that we are in such a high vibration. Basically, if you are able to see the energy, for example, you're looking at your hands, you're looking at other people, and you can notice other people's energy. If you get excited, the excitement will take away your visuals. If you get sad or depressed, it's gonna take away your visuals. So you have to keep the neutral state to be able to perceive it fully. And the same way in the dream, when you get excited, when you get more into it, it's so intense that you change your vibration and it drops you out. You just shift into the other realm, or you're just too excited and that wakes you up. So that's probably another one of the reasons why you don't get it.
And now we can finally do our part for the UCA. Sorry you had to go through so much trouble. Just know that we appreciate it. Wow, how did you get this here so fast?
Playing WoW and living an isolated life. Well, as long as it works for you. WoW's pretty good. And I can understand your perspective, Bloodraven. The less people in your life, the better. It depends who it is, of course, but I can totally understand it. Okay, so who is Sniper Wolf? I think members of the Foxhound. She's one of the renegade people in the game. It's pretty neat. Oh, and Matteo. Okay, so this person has lots of questions and wants me to prove something and stuff. I played Kojima's games a long time ago. I like them, but I don't have to tell you every single detail and they prove that I know it all. No, I don't know it, much stuff. Plus back then, when I was playing, my English was pretty damn bad. So I'm just oh cool, good game, let's try doing something without even understanding what the game is about or the missions and stuff. Easy excuse, but when you play when you're 6, 7 years old without knowing English language, that's easy. People like that though, they want to be significant, they want to make sure that they're the right ones, they're getting everything in their life. And everyone's wrong and he's the right person. Good for you. This is on the mountain. Good luck. Do I feel like the game looks like a natural pace? Yeah, a lot of times when I play this game, I can really relate to the actual movies, because it's really fun, and plus the surroundings you see, it's pretty amazing. Right here in this game, you have rocks rising, and the whole physics of this game are much different. And when you get out of body, it's pretty much the same. You have floating cities, floating islands. It's really fun. And in this game, we have different sounds, like, you know, you don't see that many trees or, like, you know, life and stuff, just because we had it explained that there's a timefall, basically the rain that accelerates the aging. So as you play, you know, the sort of like rain that accelerates the aging, destroys all the plantation, or, like, you know, certain like plants or animals, and they cannot live here anymore. So Earth adapts, creates different kind of surroundings, but, you know, this pretty much explains why we don't have trees and forests and that much stuff. That'll be quite a quest, getting there. No, Matteo, I don't need to believe you, I don't need you to prove me anything, I don't need to prove anything to you. Like, we just have different beliefs. I like this game, you don't like this game. And that's where it ends. Like, you know, I don't have to prove you much that, like, I played Kojima's games a lot and I know everything. I've played lots of games, I don't have to remember every single detail in there. Of course you love Kojima's games more than me, like, cool, good for you, I'm glad. And please keep on loving them. You know? I'm not the person who's gonna, like, try to argue or prove something and anything. I have my own opinion, I will share it. If you don't like it, good. If you like it, cool. You know, like, I'm not gonna try to prove anything or get my point, like, through. Where am I? I'm just a consciousness in a human body. Hitler wannabe. Yeah, that is true. I mean, I'm trying to be pretty open. Like, watching Gary gives me a great perspective. So, like, you know, no worries. We have all kinds of people. Get out of the zone fast. You know what? Take that. I learned that in this game you can literally pee on these people and they will disappear. So we have a weapon against them. Oh wait, they're here. Shouldn't have done that. Okay, we got it. So I kind of want to build a ladder here. I wonder if I can. There we go. That'll be convenient.
Yeah, I feel you.
What the hell? Yeah, playing without the baby is much harder. Not much harder, but still, it's harder to get through these zones. So, wonderful people, if I was to make more videos, what topics are you interested in? I'm covering a lot of topics about getting out of body and dreams and stuff. Sometimes I talk about, astral projection, different like past lives, soul contracts, entities. Is there anything more specific, different topics and stuff? I don't think so. Yeah, when someone's carrying the baby, I don't think that makes him pregnant, but that's a good one. Yeah, he's just like having that connection. Though I don't know, like he just has a link with the other side. Way worship. It's a million sin. Aliens, afterlife. These are good topics. Yeah, you don't mind my repetitive videos about Ubis, huh? Okay. Last human newbie. That's a good one. Actually, that would be pretty easy. Because Rich and I sometimes we make these dual sessions. Oh no, no, Mister, leave me alone. You can do it. There we go. Get up. There we go. Yeah, back to the topic I was talking about. Live streaming newbie, that would be possible, because sometimes Rich and I would do guided explorations and different things, and basically I can just sit here, just relax and get out of body, while Rich would be guiding me, for example, and he would be keeping the meter, just for your, like, for example, so that you would know the stats. I probably should build a ladder here. Let's try that. No. So Rich and I, we did it a lot of times, and like probably when I was like 14 we started doing it together. I was still learning how to get out of body back then, but like he was like really supporting me, and we found this thing like, you know, I sit down, I relax, and he's telling me like where to go. And for example, one of my first experiences was seeing a spaceship, or like, you know, more of these lights that like sort of like, hey, what's that? And I literally went out of body. And I meet this captain like, hey, we were there. Like, so I see a UFO in real life, and the same night I get out of body, I'm in a spaceship, and they say like, you know, welcome, like we were waiting for you, wanted like to see you, and so that was like, you know, a pretty good experience. And with that, Rich and I, sometimes we do videos where, you know, like I said, I just sit, relax, and he would be guiding me, and I can tell him like what I'm seeing, what I'm guiding through. So he has a sort of photometer, and this photometer like works like a lie detector. So basically everything you're saying will be like kind of like either as truth or false. So I can literally pick up the can and like, okay, this is what I'm seeing, and I can like describe the alien bases or like different things, what I'm seeing, and the needle goes like yes, 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 yes. And once I start like, well, I'm not sure, like, or my like my vision gets foggy and stuff, or I'm not sure about things, then it goes like as a no. So it's a pretty easy for us to do. Probably should build a ladder here, just in case. Really easy getting back as well. Let's see how that works. Boom. That's convenient. For me, no. Basically, like getting out of body like that in a session is easy enough, at least for me, because I've been practicing a lot. But it's as simple as, you know, relaxing and just trying to shift your consciousness. And for me, I can close my eyes, relax, take a few deep breaths, focus on something, and I already get visuals. I'm already conscious in another place, so already I can start engaging with other beings, doing something. And a lot of times, Rich and I, we're doing these dual sessions, where basically, let's say people want some passive regression sessions or stuff, and he's gonna be guiding people, talking to them, like, you know, asking them questions and stuff. And me, while he's talking, I'm getting out of body, targeting the entities, targeting the individuals that are like messing with a person. And a lot of times in the session, like I have to focus and like do it fast. And literally, like people say, like, "Hey, I'm feeling you in my room. I'm feeling like, you know, like they get visuals of me, of the energy, and it's different." Like, so for me, like, you know, it's I don't know, confirmation that it's not just my imagination and I'm not doing stuff, but like they can actually feel the work and like sort of get the visuals even while we're doing the session. Like, you know, I was like literally having a person who's being messed with entities, and during the session, like I'm getting out of body and he's just telling about the entities, and all of a sudden the pain stops, he gets this sort of like, you know, sensations in his body, like tingles, the energy and stuff, and for me, like it's pretty neat. So that's just like focusing here on the physical, but getting out there is even easier. And again, like I would think that everyone has the potential to do that. It just takes like a little training, a little practice, but everyone can do it. I believe that. It's not like I'm special or something. No, everyone can do it with a little bit of practice.
Is it true that a contractor let me access your schematics and so forth? I want to share my research with everyone. Let them read it. Let them learn from it, like I learned from their work. Make me a part of the UCA.
For Sam. So technically, we can go down the mountain and get to the other side. Twin skeleton. That's neat.
Very good, very good. Guess we're in this together now, Sam. I'd love to show you around the place, but...
Oh wait, no, I probably should not go to the other zone because I don't have my baby.
Thanks, Sam. BB-28 appears to be on the road to recovery. Its affinity with the other side is growing stronger, as we hope. The convulsions and spasms have ceased as well. I know it's tough out there without a BB, but you've got to keep on fighting the good fight. Just like the kid is. Just like BB-28 is.
Sam, we've received an order from a new client. Check the terminal in Mountain Knot City for the details, and do it soon. Sounds like someone is in need of medicine.
Good work. New order available. Please access delivery terminal for...
Okay.
Oh, that's the roboticist's custom-made active skeleton, isn't it? Should be a big help on mountain trails or any lousy road, come to think of it.
Sounds like a thing. I like my power skeleton. I should probably make it. Okay. I can agree with the next level evolution about the Black Void. With my near-death experiences in different places and just like getting out of body, I've been in the Black Void quite a few times, but for me it was the most amazing experience and I really love going there. Just being in complete void, darkness, nothing else but just you as a consciousness in complete darkness, not a single sound, nothing around you. And for a lot of people it might be scary, but for me it was super relaxing. Like, no fuss, no nothing, no case, and you don't have any fuss or anything triggering you. Like, I could go to the weather station though. I like, probably would want that, but... North Mountain City. I guess we can just come back. Okay, and... regarding my experience, I was like, really relaxed, and the best thing about it is like, you don't have any fuss. There's nothing from this life, you know, like you might have problems, you might have worries, fears and stuff, but being in that void for me, that darkness, it was just like, just me in complete silence and complete awareness and like knowingness, nothing else. And I really love that experience, so, you know, there's nothing to be scared of, unless like really creeps you out and then like seems like bad, then don't go there. Let's see if that helps. That is much better. Okay.
Don't worry, kid.
Hello. We should probably use it. I haven't used these yet. No zip lines. I think I built ladders here. Did I? No! Leave me alone. Catch me if you can. No, he got me. Okay, we got it. Wow, you remember your 2 past lives, or at least got images while trying to grieving and relaxing. That's pretty neat. Stop. Okay. Yeah. Okay, so in sessions, can I see the anti-stash the people, and what else can I do? Depends on what kind of sessions I'm doing. For example, in person, I can see entities pretty clear. If we were to get on Skype, I don't get the images unless I have time to, for example, close my eyes, get out of body, shift my consciousness, and just like track them. Then I can like track out all the entities, past lives, and then different things, and that's pretty easy. But it's not like, you know, I see on Skype and then I see all the entities attached to you, like, no. Like, the electronics are kind of, like, getting in the way. But in person, though, in person I can do that. In person, when I get out in the, like, you know, world and streets and filled with people and, like, malls and stuff, it's always, like, filled with entities. When it comes to session, like, it depends on what kind of session. Oh my god, no! Depends on what kind of session I'm doing. I'll wait for my stuff to get back here. Gotcha. Wait, the resident came out. No! There we go. Yeah, coming back to what I was saying. I'm like looking for the way down. Yeah, sometimes people like ask me to track down their like spirit guides and like who's helping them, entities, past lives, different things. Of course, like I pretty much like do things depending on what people want and need. So like I haven't explored my abilities that much. Like I always keep finding something new, which is always like, you know, sort of surprising. Oh yeah, full portals over here. That's neat.
Beginning scan. Scanning bridges ID. Verifying ID. Clear. Weapons detected. All weapons will be locked until departure.
Yeah, you remember your past lives on the moment of death. It's a pretty common thing. I'm not saying that everyone will jump like remember their past life and like recall the death right away. Can we take it? Thank you. Yeah. So when we recall the past lives, it's usually like, you know, the part that like stay with us the most. Your death is usually the traumatic incident that will stick to this life. For example, you might die and experience pain. It might be like a cellular memory. For example, you might get stabbed and you will feel like, you know, the back pain or anything else like it. And that can literally affect you. I think like I should rest, but rest or charge my suit, I guess. Yeah, let's see. When it comes to past lives, you know, like you can like recall any kind of memory, and like the death is the part that you remember most because that's where you're most aware of. You get all of these like memories. Sometimes it's terrifying, sometimes it's hard to confront, but it depends on you and like how well you can deal with all of these. Tell me about what the sessions are about. Again, like a lot of times I am just adjusting to people and their needs. When I'm doing the sessions, most of the time is like soul contract sessions. I'm helping people to find their agreements, revoke it, and that's my usual thing. But I'm like pretty flexible and like try to adjust to what people need. Sometimes they want entities removed, sometimes they want to remember their past lives, any kind of thing. Sometimes people just want to talk it out, like, you know, so it depends on their needs. And that being said, I just need to charge my car and stuff. I can go. Where are we going? Wait, did I take the package? It did. Okay, yeah. So sometimes when I'm doing solo sessions, I have people like talk it out, say anything you know they need, like maybe find like core agreements that like limit their life, limiting beliefs, things that stop me from getting out of body, fixing their diet. I life coach some people if they want that. I'm like not really pushing it, but I'm also like trying to be flexible because like I cannot tell people how to live, and it's more up to them. So I can like more of a just like guide them, say what's gonna be best from my own opinion or experience, but it's not like, you know, hey, do this and that and like your life will be best. Like, I don't know, I'm not living in their shoes. So there's that. Sometimes I do sessions with Rich together. We call these dual sessions, and people want to recall their past lives, people want to like remove vanities and different things, and depending on the case, it's much easier for me to move entities when I have more time. For example, Rich is the one talking to people, which leaves me more time and space to focus on entities and different things. And then I just target it. Where is that? Okay, so yeah, it's clear now. So when we're just like probably asking people questions and just having them to talk it out, people can spot their patterns in life, entities or stuff, or just even the pain in the body, maybe like something else. What's that tunnel over there? Hello. Oh, okay. Nothing special. Yeah. And through that, like, you know, while Rich is talking to people, I am focusing on entities, their past lives, their agreements, and I can get out of body, do the energy work, do some clearance, remove their agreements for them. A lot of times people cannot spot it themselves, or like maybe don't know how to do it, so us being empathic, or like, you know, if you have the belief that we were at once, like at some point, like all of us were one consciousness, one being, then we're all connected. Having that connection, I can revoke your agreements for you, you can revoke my agreements for me. You know, you just like share your thoughts, or like, you know, pretend that you are the person. For example, maybe you have a hard time getting out of body while I'm like having an easy time, but I can like, okay, I'll pretend that I'm the person, and I can like, you know, just assume like, okay, I'm too lazy to do the practice, I want to sleep and I just want to rest like when I'm like done with the work, so I don't want to get all involved in like practicing it, getting like, you know, wake up at like 3 a.m. and stuff. Sometimes it's overwhelming, but I can list out your agreements without really knowing it, but I just like assume that I am you, and in that you can literally like revoke the agreements that the person have. Do dogs have souls, and will you meet your first dog, rest in peace, in their afterlife? Yes, dogs have souls, they're wonderful beings. You can meet your doggy there, even if it's your cat, your goat, your chicken, anyone, like any kind of animal, you can meet them in the afterlife. If you can recall what it felt like being with your pet, what it felt like, you know, just hugging him, kissing him, like petting him and stuff, how happy he made you, the rest will be pretty easy. I probably should have took more ladders over here. But a lot of people, like, you know, when they lose their animals, is hard. Like, it's really difficult dealing with that, like the pain and losing him. But at the same time, you can connect with them. You can even like ask them, like, oh shit, this is bad bladder. You can even ask your animal, like, you know, hey, I want to meet you, I miss you. Can you like visit me in my dream, in my ubi and stuff? And they can literally come over and like meet you even while you're here. It would not be recommended for them to reincarnate just because, you know, it's like it's just not good for their souls. But they can come back, and like the best thing for you, like, you know, just like focus on them where they are, focus on their intention, and you can like literally teleport to them. There it is. Yeah, and like lately I was doing the like video of Rich, and he literally like he lost a few of his puppies, Rocky and Jake, a while ago, but he met both of them in a like human form as his best buddies. Like they're just like taking a walk, and he sees the dogs in shapes of humans as their best buddies, and they're just like talking it up. So like when you go to body, you can have all kinds of shapes and forms. Same with other souls. Even your dog can be in the shape of human or some other being. Or you can meet them exactly how you remember them.
Delivering cargo.
Thank you. I gave her the medicine.
Okay, you have some energy trying to hold you back and how to get rid of it. First, it's really important to know how is it like messing with you, how is it trying to stop you, how is it holding you back. Like you have to be aware, like, and ask yourself questions like, how is this entity messing with me, and what might be some reasons for that entity was messing with me. Because sometimes entities mess with us because they're ordered to, against their own will. They are just like, they want to be free, they want to do their own thing, but the bigger beings in the hierarchy come over and like, okay, if you don't do this, you're dead. So they literally force smaller beings, these little entities, to come and mess with us so that they could survive, and they're doing it against their own will. That's one like occasion. Sometimes these entities relate to us, and if we get angry, if we get some sort of issue in life, they copy that thought, copy that emotion, and cling to us to enhance it. So now you used to get angry, but now you get like really rageful, and you just so full of it. So as you're trying to go through it, you have to like be aware of what emotions and thoughts are yours and what are the entities. And we're not supposed to have the negative thinking, negative like feelings. Some people say we're going through suffering and stuff, but sometimes there is a limit and there has to be a line. So you have to make sure like what's working for you and what's not, and from then you make like how is it affecting your life? What can you do? I'm repeating myself again. Sorry, Yoda. But with it all, I'm like focusing on 2 things at a time. Urgent, 16 minutes. Well, let's try. Let's see if I can do it. Ways to remove it, like you can find what is it that both of you agree to. I'm just waiting for it to pass.
In other words, speed will determine your eval.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So you have to find like what is it that both of you agree to, because sometimes floating carrier probably don't need that. Sometimes entities agree to us and like will help us. So if you have any mutual agreements, like you both hate certain things, you both feel this way, just by revoking that agreement or changing your belief system, entities will also lose it. And just imagine that these entities are asleep. They are not aware. I probably should get more last, but whatever. These entities are asleep, and if you can talk to them, simply just talking like, or just like talking to yourself and like making sure that you can clear your case, you can take care of it, and basically they will wake up and leave, and anyone with them will also leave, because like now you're awakening everyone around them as well. Also, like any kind of soul contracts you have, just getting out of body and trying to focus on them as well is an option. Like lifting your vibration, I would say that used to be a big thing, but yesterday I had a few sessions where people, no matter how well they ate, no matter how high was their vibration, they were being messed with so bad that they're like driven to suicide and they just cannot handle it. Like the entities like basically take over the body, mess up all the electronics, all the connections, limit the person in various ways. And like they have the perfect diet, they're working out and doing everything else. So I cannot say that will work for everyone. Cannot. But there are like tons of different ways to handle it though. Okay. Follow that. Doesn't look like an easy way down. Yeah, Darius made a good point, like being positive about the thing they want you to get from. This is totally a thing. I'm just like checking the way down. No, stop. Okay, this is intense. Yeah, there we go. Sometimes entities want to trigger us and mess with us in many ways. And the more we focus on something negative, the more they're gonna get us. So if we're able to stop the thinking, quieting our mind, and of course you might be enraged, you might be pissed off, you might not feel good, but if you can just shut your mind up and not think about it for a while, just somehow get away from it, they cannot trigger the thought, they cannot trigger the feeling and emotion anymore, and basically then you're pretty much free from it. I'm looking for a way down that would not kill me. Oh god. No, mister. Yeah, so okay, you... yeah, they wanted to get out of body. And that is enough to address. You can address, like, you know, being limited from getting out of body, being targeted, and all of these things that stop you from getting out. You can just address that, try to remove any limiting beliefs, anything that stops you, and that alone will sort of keep them away. No, this is not good, this is not good, this is not good. Oh, shit. Okay. Technically, I probably should run. I guess the zone. It's huge. Oh no. Not will still have it. Hopefully he's not right behind me. Yes, he is. Oh, stop it, stop it. Oh god. Technically, I'm out of a zone, but still too close. Sounds like a really bad thing is happening behind me. I'm still in the zone. Oh shit. This is not good. How huge is the zone? Oh, that worked, did it? Yeah. Okay. About that. the packages. Yeah, so okay. So between lives, do we have the ability to choose what life form we manifest next? Yes, it depends on where you are and who you're with. Because sometimes if you have any negative beings out there just trying to target you and like mess with you, lie to you and like deceive you, if you can avoid that, get away from them and stuff, they pretty much have no power to mess with you, and you are the creator of your own life. So even in the past lives, you choose where you want to go. You can be in consciousness and visit billions of realms and planets and see what fits you. What do you like better? What kind of being would you like to be? And in the form of consciousness, just like a perspective, you're traveling and like looking at various different realms, and you decide like, oh, okay, I visited over a few billion planets and realms, and I finally found a home that I would like to be in. I'll try this life. And the thing is, like over here on Earth, we are limited. We have like one life limited, and like it's hard to get out of body, it's hard to do this. There are tons of bodies you can have out there in the multiverse, and with that being said, with all those tons of bodies that you can have out there, you can get out of body easily enough, so you're not stuck with it. So you can like choose a body, like get into it, like incarnate and live there, but you have the ability to get out at any time, and you can live as one being for like a few years. Maybe you got bored with it, and now you can change it up to someone else. Looking for way down again. Like that's the cool thing about like getting out of body and being in other places like apart from Earth, is that you have the freedom and you're not limited with just one body. And some bodies out there you can shapeshift. You can like incarnate. Okay, you've tried out male body, you've been with it like for 20 years, but you kind of got bored because it's kind of like same old thing or like over and over again, and you decide like, okay, with that body I'm gonna shapeshift into a female and become someone new, or like maybe I'll be like someone else. And there's this fungus thing, not even a fungus, but there's this sort of, I don't know, bacteria or life form. I think they have it in the France Museum, but the life form has over 200 sexes, like male, female, and then tons of fires. So I don't know. Makes you think. Okay, is it just bad luck that we got stuck here somehow? I don't think so. It depends on who you are and like what do you call bad luck. But a lot of times beings are targeted and they're pushed here, for example, against their own will. Like you can be free, you can like travel the multiverse, but they push you and like trap you here on Earth, and you are incarnated into a body against your will. You might get birth bumped and like be born into a toxic family and environment that would like totally ruin your life. And I don't think it's a coincidence and stuff. Okay, I need to put those back. Wait, and our quest is... Let's see. Pick up the medical list from Dr. Shelter. Are we there? No, we're far away from it. Great. Recharge the suit.
Have a pleasant journey. Keep on keeping on.
Okay, 50 more minutes. Let's try to be fast.
Weapons restrictions lifted.
Probably has a collectible over here. Or just a quick view. Cool. Okay, wait. Doctor place is there, sure. Okay, so if our will is so powerful and we have the creativity, how can it be done against our own will? For them, it is as easy as taking a candy from a kid. Out there, it's just a game of deception. Imagine you got involved in life and you really love what you're doing. You might have like something engaging, like a story or a role play, wherever you are. And these like archons, they can target you, but they can shapeshift. And for example, it's so easy for them to play a billion years in one body that looks like a human, and just pretend to be your best friend for a billion years. Your best friends, you're like working together, doing things, and all this time they were playing with you. They were playing with your rules, trying to gain your trust, trying to like make you feel like it's the real deal. And what they do is like, you know, once your awareness goes off to something, you like turn around, you like, you know, do something, engage in some activity without awareness of them. And what they do, like they have lots of like energy, weapons, techniques, and like things they can do, and they use these. They can mess with you, like basically like put you in stasis, freeze your soul, do like various things with you. Like they have technology. Like for example, on Earth we're bragging about like, look, we have this, we have that, we made new technology, big breakthrough, like wow, we're amazing. But over there in the multiverse, they've been doing that for billions and billions of years. Everything we think is advanced is super advanced over there. So for them, it is so easy, like we are happy with virtual reality, like, you know, we're so advanced, well, this is so cool. For them, all it takes is, you know, just, okay, billions of years, easy. As if it was 1 second passing for them. And they can play with you, deceive you, tell you a nice story, make you like them and stuff, and in it all, they're just trying to trap you. And it's a whole game for them. Like, Earth is a princess planet, in my opinion, and they're trying to trap us and mess with us, and like, you know, it's a great place, a great cage to put us in here and keep us limited, because this is where we lose our powers, this is when we cannot do much, and it's convenient for them. I mean, it's not that you cannot trust anyone, you know, like, trust is one thing. The most important part is awareness, because if you are not aware, like, it can be your worst enemy, and you can still be like, okay, yeah, sure, and you can do things together. But if you are aware of their capabilities and what they can do to you, that pretty much cannot harm you. Wait, we have the... Menu? I think I'm supposed to... Yeah... Did I just take a quest over here? Wait a minute. Yeah, it's other. Okay, got it. So these entities, like, they can deceive us pretty easy enough, and for them it's not a big deal. But all it takes is for us to be aware. If you were aware of their tactics, like for example, in past I used to get my electronics messed with a lot. Like I'm trying to connect for a session, and the connection loses, their end goes bad, my end, their end. And even if I would like solve everything and make sure, like, you know, okay, 100 megabytes per second, a whole gigabyte per second, upload and download, everything is working. The moment my client is about to call, the connection goes out, the power goes off, tons of things happen around me, and I'm like, is it a coincidence, or is someone really targeting me? And, you know, no matter how much it would affect me, like, at the beginning it was pissing me off, it was like, you know, like frustrating, because I'm just trying to help people and I'm being stopped in tons of ways. And once I found out, like, oh, okay, they're targeting me, they're like trying to get loot from me and stuff, it stopped. because I got aware of how they're messing with me. I got aware that they're trying to get my loot from specifically this. And once I had the awareness about it, they stopped doing it. Because I got really, okay, I just don't react to this. I just don't react to what they're doing, and they stop. So if we can get through this life and learn that, okay, you know, Earth is toxic, we're gonna be limited here and stuff, but like, you know, if we go away from here and like, you know, keep our bodies like out there, they cannot mess with us. That alone is like when people, like, you know, a few billion years will pass and they're like, you know, hey, you should come back to Earth. There's a lot of things going on here and stuff. Why would you trust that? Why would you go for it? You already were, like, you've already been on Earth, you know what it's like, and you just don't come back. That's it. If you know how they're trying to deceive you, nothing else can harm you. Technically, those BT should not come over. Okay. Run! No. Fuck. This is like a horror game or something. Okay. Hi John, thanks for being here. I appreciate you. Can we use this? Can do it. Oh wait, there's a ladder. Probably should have gone with what I built there. I don't know if this is a good idea or not. Stop. Not good. What is the source of these bad and good archons? I don't have the answer because I don't really know. There are things that I've heard from others and all kinds of theories. But, you know, some say that we were the ones creating them. Like, you know, as a consciousness, we cannot be always in a good shape. We always need to grow and stuff. We need to suffer to grow. Okay, so let's create someone bigger than us who can mess us up so that we can grow. Because why not? Because, like, suffering is the only way to grow, right? So these people like share these things, but like they say that like we were the ones creating the Archons, creating this like lower realm so that they could mess with us, they mess us over and like help us grow, help us think of new ways. I don't know. I don't really agree to that, but to some extent maybe. There's also like this whole like 3D is their craft, like 4D like and higher is where the big like war, the galactic war is going on, and like 3D is more of like where they crafted to capture us, to mess with us, to take away our powers. Okay, awareness in what sense? Because if someone you trusted for billions of years could be messing with you, how can you trust anyone? I think awareness is just like knowledge on what you found out for yourself, your own truth, your own beliefs. Because if you were on Earth and you've seen what it's like, and someone else tells you like, Earth is great, come back like 3D, exact the location, and they show you a glimpse of how people are going on, like traveling and going to Italia or like some other places, You've been here yourself. You've seen this place. There are like different Earths. Like this is not the only Earth. There are different copies. There are the originals, and we're on the very bad version of the original Earth. If we know what it's like, that is enough awareness for us to not come back here and just be sure of what we want. And yes, you can pretty much make the rules of who can get close to you. Like if you create like, okay, there's a rule. No Archons, no Reptilians, no Greys can come close to me because blah blah blah, and you basically create a set of rules of who can get close to you in the perimeter, and that enough is alone for you. Like, that'll be enough to protect you and keep them away from you.
Doctor? Okay, I'll activate the terminal from my end. Just a moment. Everything's gonna be all right. With this device, I can examine her as if I were actually there. The manipulators on the terminal perfectly reflect my movements here. And with the bioprinter, I can provide a custom-made vaccine. It's just a shame my better half hasn't had a chance to build any more of these things.
Yeah, if we're still limited here, why should we continue living here? I think that is for each person to find out. My understanding will be different than yours, my beliefs will be different, and I can't say that like my way is the right way of thinking and I'm the only one who knows it all. No. For myself, I know that like, okay, I'm here because I'm gonna help a few beings. I have my own things to do here. Once I'm done, I want to get out. I don't want to be here the whole time, like until I get like old and die. But I can't say that like I won't do that. Like there might be other things over here, like trying to get humanity to wake up and do things. I don't know. But just to get through, to break free from the control and to find out more about ourselves, to get the awareness and just know like, okay, Earth is toxic. I'm not coming back. That alone will be good.
Suffice it to say, this is a chance to change that. Look into it as soon as you can.
Good work. New order available.
Okay. Do I think that talking to yourself loudly would help to get through the vanities, and they feel exposed to that? It depends on how you talk to yourself. I think talking to yourself in a positive way would help much more, because, for example, you might hear a voice like, oh, you suck, you're bad and stuff. Some of us might think it's us. Some of us like, hey, they're messing with me. They're trying to make like less of me, and we're like, oh, shut the fuck up, blah blah blah. And it's like back and forth argument. And now you start targeting them and like cussing them out and stuff. But what happens? You're fighting with a troll. You're fighting with a hater. They feed on that. So if you're talking out loud and it's negative, for them it's just a game. They're enjoying that. But if you, what's that? If you can talk to yourself positively, you might hear a negative voice or something, you might hear like half negative thought, but you focus on like, I'm good, I'm like, I can do this, and you just believe in like keep the positive attitude, they hate that. Or you might hear like something negative, And what you do is like send them love. Like, yeah, I love you, thank you. Like, you're great. Thanks for like telling me that. They hate the loving energy, so that love will be like, ugh, and they try to get away from you because they don't like that. So like talk in the positive, talk in like a loving way, and like that love is like the toxic to them.
Okay, that's not what they're for.
I'm gonna make gloves as well, and a few ladders. So why not?
Order assigned. All the best to you and yours.
We can get to the timefall and rest for a little bit. Yeah, Yuta, I can agree with you. This is the whole thing. Like, you know, I was working on this new project called Motherfuckers, or FMKZ. It's a little movie, like animated movie, made by French, but it is so good. It's like talking about what's going on in the world and in the big picture. You know, the whole like chemtrails, CIA, like just like surveillance and how they're monitoring us. But it also like it's a mix of Matrix, They Live, John Wick, and some other good movies. And they have like this whole like, you know, how aliens are living in the government, how like there are other people taking over the government. Like for example, taking over the White House, the presidents and stuff. Like they're already here, they're infiltrated, they look like human, but deep inside they're aliens. This is what the movie is about. And as I'm like translating and working on the movie, they like start saying that like they're feeding off on the negative energy of humanity, and that is the infinite source because it will never run out. And the more they can cause the wars, the more they can trigger like the whole like corruption, wars, and different things. Like they can feed on that like non-stop, and that's what pretty much like the world is about. Like if they can trigger us in lots of ways, they win. If they can cause the arguments between two people, if they can mess with our sexual energy, which is why the whole raping thing is so huge. Like people are afraid to talk about it, but you know the rape is causing like huge shock for the person. It's terrifying. It like really messes them up, but they feed on that energy, and that's what the whole thing for them is about. And yeah, 90% of your thoughts today are like thoughts of yesterday. Like exactly, you literally have to live as if your future is today, as if you already got everything that you wanted. Like listen, like law of attraction. Because what if you think of from yesterday? Oh, how bad it was, we failed and stuff. No, I didn't succeed in math like yesterday or like a few years ago. I'm like I suck at math. You still hold on to those beliefs, and that creates your reality. But if you can let go and like keep telling yourself that you know you're good, you can do this, everything's fine and stuff. You're the one like creating your reality with your thoughts, and this is what the whole like quantum physics is about. Like it's pretty neat. So there's a whole lot of the subject, and I sure don't know it all. So
Okay, keep going. Here we go.
exactly, feeding them for negative energy is giving them life. It literally, I've seen their spaceships powered up by our energy, by our life force. If we can give them that, they literally power it up. the more negative we feel, like, you know, like, oh, life sucks and stuff, like you start having arguments, you've been raped and stuff. I've literally seen how they are sucking that energy and like powering up their spaceship so that it even could fly. It could even, like, you know, like do all those like raps and stuff. Just by negative energy. Makes you think. Not saying that all of it is like that, but quite a few. Me and driving. This is hard. I'm not sure about that. Alright. Hello. Yeah, I'll probably go for later then. I'm traveling slower so that I can read what people wrote. Okay, what have I seen in out of body that is powered by the positive energy? The best example I can give is changing our vibrations. And I've talked about this Subi quite a few times, but I'm not sure if you heard it or not. But basically, I was like with my team, and we have sort of device that like literally tracks of everything. Tracks every single thought beings have, their feeling state, their vibration, what kind of life they have, how many people died, how many people are living. We have all kinds of like mirrors like tracking all these details, like almost if we were the Archons and stuff. But with that, we keep visiting different planets and realms. We track out all the details and numbers and stuff. And with it all, we're like, okay, let's stop right now and see what happens if we change our vibration. And changing your vibration is easy enough. You can literally get angry, you can like start like cussing, and I'm not saying that cussing is really bad thing, and a lot of people are like against it, but you know, when it's targeted and it's really negative, and like it's really bad and harmful, it has an effect. So when it happens, you can cuss out someone, tell how bad they are, like how much they suck, how much you hate them and stuff, and sure, you express yourself, great. I'm just checking if it's safe. Let's see. Okay. And with that, you know, the whole planet just focusing on a negative and like creating like a really low vibration made the planet like disappear. All the animals died out, the life died out, the whole thing like went into a like fireball. And now we're gonna do the opposite. We relax, we lift our vibration, we think about the positive things, we focus on it, and what happens is that everything starts becoming normal. The life is restoring, there's more plantation, everything gets brighter and stuff. So when you're out of body, your positivity, your like, you know, just good thoughts will power the whole existence of everything. The beings will do better, the planet will change. And so when we go out of body, depending on how we are doing, you can literally be doing great, and you will end up in nice realms where you can have fun, where like life is like neat and everything's fine, and like, you know, the whole power, like the energy and everything in there is just amazing and brilliant, and like all the nice words I can probably say. At the same time, if you focus on negative and like act negative, like kill and stuff, everything's gonna go doom and like down spiral. Why can someone just create an army of good and then all the bad? The thing is, this is sort of thing, I'm not sure, like, it's more of a non-stop. like the bigger war. I'm not sure if you can see me. The bigger war is going on in more of a 4D, like the dimension like above us, and this is where the real thing is going on, like more like war and like they're winning, but at the same time the cost is quite huge, and it's a hard thing. You can literally like take out like billions of beings out there, but even with that, like even if I was to create an army of let's say billion good beings who are gonna fight a fight, I can make the clearance on my own realm, and my own existence will be better. There will be less entities, everything's brighter and stuff, but I shift into a realm where everything's better. So even if we were to create armies of the good, the creator is the only one that gets the advantage, unless all of beings focus on the same reality. And this is why, like, you know, my point here in life right here is I'm trying to share information and have people to experience out of body, so that when they go out they can see that reality is a bit different, and maybe that will shift their vibration, they will get a different understanding, and that alone will help everyone to focus on one. It doesn't have to be one goal, but everyone specifically on Earth gets maybe a better life. Maybe they're doing better, but like let's say 8 billion on Earth, like 8 billion people on Earth start thinking positive, start having different understanding, everything here changes, and we have the massive shift. If I was to do it all alone, I will have the wins, but it doesn't mean that everyone in that life will experience the same thing. If it makes, you know, if it's clear, like, I'm not sure if my English is making a good point. Especially when I'm like multitasking.
Weapons detected. All weapons will be locked until departure. Cargo verified. Thank you.
Okay. Is it possible to bring the original person back after they have been reincarnated?
Delivering cargo.
If I understand the question, yes, it is possible. If your relative, for example, reincarnates on Earth, or someone you like and stuff, they reincarnate again and again and again, no matter how many times, you can still find the same soul and you can get them back and it can be the same person. If you're talking about, like, you know, if your person went away and, like, you know, you want to find them, just focusing on who they are, and like, if you can enter Akashic Records, you can see everything, the whole line of like what kind of beings the person was, and good lives, bad lives, all the thoughts and stuff, and you can always track back the body or like the person that you liked, and with that you can like literally like imagine like a tape, or with like, or like, yeah, tape for movies with tons of frames, which would be, each frame will be alive, and there's billions of them. So you can pick on this and expand it and have all the details, and like, and anything related to that, and you can literally imagine like this being an app or program or game where, okay, this person, and you click on it and they will have all related lives, all related bodies, related information, and you can find any similarities. So that is possible. Who's winning in 4D? The good guys are winning. I'm glad to say that the good guys are winning finally. Like, we're getting some changes over there.
It's kind of a long story, but he used to conduct field research in the area. My father believed that the key to understanding the Death Stranding was hidden here, somewhere in the caves and strata. But he passed away before he could complete his work, leaving me to finish what he started. And not long ago, I found something amazing. I was sure it was what my father had been looking for, even if I couldn't see how it related to the Death Stranding myself. What I needed was an expert opinion, someone who could look at what I'd found and tell me what it meant. So, I grabbed my father's camera and set out to document my discovery. Took pictures of every last detail. But on the way back, I spotted a group of armed men, and I panicked, dropped everything and ran like hell. Thankfully, they never saw me, but when I stopped running, I realized the camera was gone, case and all. I've been trying to pluck up the courage to go and look for it ever since. But then, I remembered that the cargo tag was still on the case. And I figured, you being with Bridges and all, that you might have a way to pinpoint its location. Please, I'd give anything to have it back. I'm gonna put in the order. Please understand, that camera means everything to me. Until I know it's safe, I can't think about anything else. There's a terminal there, you can use it. You want to get started right away? Here. It's what I'd take if I were going myself. Knock yourself out.
Good work. New order available.
Okay.
Please access delivery terminal for further.
Oh my god, never-ending missions. Okay, well, that'll be a thing. These gloves, he kind of looks like Wolverine. He has those spikes now.
Weapons restrictions lifted.
Is there pain in other densities? Yes and no. It depends where you go. The lower realms will have pain and all these emotions, and the lower you go, even lower the nerve can have more extreme emotions and pain and difficulties. But the higher you go, for example, the 4th dimension, 5th dimension, there is no pain, which is like really fun. Because I've really had experiences where I lost my body, like I was in war in different places. I got like my ass kicked quite a few times, not having the experience. And the thing is, like, you don't feel pain. I was blown up quite a few times, but I am just reborn, no, not feeling pain. Just like, you know, oh, the intensity. That's what it felt like. Like you feel the kind of like touch and senses. It works, but there is no pain, which is like makes it much more fun and easier to handle it all. And which is why, like, you know, when you're out of body and you're having, like, you know, these experiences, like, you know, oh, I've been out of body, I've been in war, like, it sounds kind of hard, but it's actually like just a fun little game. Hey, thanks for joining Discord. It's great. Yeah, you can decide to feel pain if you want to. You can, like, you know, oh yeah, maybe I'm too bored, I want to intensify my experience. You can consciously turn on those sensations, and you can totally, like, you know, get it. Like, make it more difficult if you want to. Sure. There's my guns. Hopefully we'll need them, but how many do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Hopefully. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, no. No. Doesn't look like it's gonna be good. No. We have rubber bullets, so it doesn't kill them. That's a grenade. Oh, we're stuck. Well, actually, if I can get their car, I should heal myself. Special alloys, ceramics, PC unit. Got it. Well, I think it's down. Here they come. Just one left. Smoke grenade, most stun. Bad idea. Hello, woke up? Looks like they're climbing. Hi. Bomb. Step up. So technically now we can take their stuff, and I could take the truck. Loot them. Hopefully they won't wake up soon. Okay, just skeleton. Okay, special alloys, blood bags. I'm not sure how much we can store in the vehicle. I also shouldn't load the stuff I used. Good enough. What is it like talking to aliens? It depends. A lot of them like talk telepathically. They don't even use mouth, like, you know, they don't need facial features, like they can just look at you and you will receive their thoughts. I like the music, so I don't really want to go anywhere. But yeah, it's pretty neat. They're smart. The conversations are much different. It's just not like, you know, yeah, what's up? So, no, nothing, cool, yeah, bye. Like, no, nothing like it. They will give you messages. They will, like, you know, try to even like even if they don't really talk to you and you don't get any thoughts as if they're talking to you, they can literally trigger the visuals. So they can touch you, for example, like, you know, touch your head, face, or something, and project what they want to show you. They can give you the memories of other lives, of other species, and, like, you know, planets. Like, okay, they need you, or like they probably need your help, for example, and they don't tell you about it, but they show you the planet. They show you what it looks like. They show you what needs to be done, and you can do it. Like, you know, you get information from the visuals. You get a story, and it's pretty neat. Probably take that myself. Okay, I'll deliver the package and I'll have to go. Wrapping things up. Sure appreciate being here with you. Thanks, Jack. Yeah, for me, like, most of it comes from my out-of-body experiences. I get out, I experience these sort of things, and I just share what I see. It's not like I don't think I know much. It's just a super little compared to a lot of things out there and stuff. But it's amazing. Like, I really appreciate this ability to get out and just get information and being able to share it. For people to believe it or not, it's their own choice. But like, my mission is just like to travel, to experience those things, and, like, you know, tell about it. What people will do with that, this is their own thing. Yeah, the green nubia. That would be cool. Next thing you know, I'm teaching in universities, like, how to get out of body. Alright, this is good enough.
It It was my father's idea to move all the way out here. He thought he could get to the bottom of the Death Stranding all by himself. And we were right behind him. But look where it got us. If you hadn't come along when you did, the camera would be gone, and all our hard work would have been lost before anyone had a chance to see it. We can't let that happen. The world needs to hear about this. Someone out there will know what it means.
Hi, Gringo.
Connect us up. We want to be a part of the UCS.
Yeah, that university or having the masterclass, that would be pretty neat. Just playing the game. I have a session coming up in a few, so I'll have to wrap it up. But still, I was like streaming for about almost 2 hours. It's pretty neat. Shotgun. Right, shotgun. Okay. It's pretty neat.
I truly hope our work will help to make a difference. Thanks again. I hope we get to meet again before too long.
Sam, it's Harmon. That camera you recovered contains some fascinating footage. The data stored on it was automatically shared with us after you added the photographer's shelter to the network, along with her father's research materials. Anyway, my lab still doesn't have a high-speed Cairo connection, but I was able to check one of the images in its database at HQ. Based on my preliminary calculations, and the photographic and documentary evidence in our archives, I would estimate the paintings to be in the region of 30,000 years old, if not older.
That's pretty neat.
The artists were likely Neanderthals or other precursors who were migrating across the continent. See the dolphin-like creatures there? At the time, the cave would have been situated even far.
That's a neat experience you have there, like viewing from the first-person perspective. And what's the question? Like, I'll be wrapping it up, so I can answer your question before I leave the stream.
It is my belief that they had a brush not with dolphins, but with reach things. And that would mean Death Stranding is not the first phenomenon of its kind, that it has happened before. Since the birth of our planet, countless species have gone extinct, from bacteria to dinosaurs. Scientists refer to the largest known mass extinctions as the Big Five. But there have, of course, been many other extinction events, albeit on a smaller scale. What if the artists were trying to document one such event, that of their own extinction? It would be the first record in Earth's history of Death Stranding. And it would also lend credence to my theories.
Too much to handle, huh?
Just imagine the mysteries we'll be able to solve. I'll be waiting, Sam.
Wonderful news, Dad. BB-28's vitals are nearly within optimal operating parameters. Just before I called him, he opened its eyes. It was looking all over, as if searching for someone. And then, our eyes met. For a moment. I tell you, it was almost enough to make me want to keep the kid for myself. Anyway, I still need to run diagnostics and make adjustments as needed. However, fluctuating local Cairo levels could pose a problem. Think you can bring one more site?
Hi, Roberto. Yeah. Which one is the real one? I think all of these are real. You can literally get out of body and see nothing but have the sensations. You can get out of body and have the third person like visual, like now go move from third person to first person and like see yourself and then through your eyes. So all this is pretty neat.
Sam, I see you received a mail from our mountaineer friend. Seems he's got an order for you. Might be good to give it a look.
I was saving the game and wrapping up the stream because I have a session coming up. Last question: have you ever tried inventing new type of sensations while out of body? Yes, in some way. I've had a newbie where I was like literally thunder. I was like a whole mist of clouds. I was the fog, and imagine not having the physical body, but being a thunder, like just in the energy, just the whole like clouds and like the intense energy, and you choose where to strike. You choose how intense it's gonna be, how wide it's gonna be, and you feel it. You feel the impact. You feel yourself splitting apart in tons of little pieces, having like the huge voltage and like it's going all through you and into Earth. And as you strike someone, you feel it as if you have like like a new kind of visuals. You strike someone, and when like the thunder strikes, the like electricity like sparks and like gets in the ground, for example, and you can start like seeing through the ground and like through every single piece of you, like having as if you had billions of eyes all over the place. Like it's just incredible. So if we could call it a new kind of sensation, yeah, that would be pretty fun. All right, well, I'm gonna save the stream and I'm gonna wrap it up for right now because I have a few sessions coming up, so I have to go to work. But again, thank you everyone for watching, for being here with me. It was really fun and engaging for me, and I really appreciate you being here and just like engaging with me. So thank you, and I'll see you next time. Hope you have a great day. So bye.